Hello, good morning. Welcome into another episode of Good Morning Nasdaq right here on the Clover Trading YouTube channel. It is the 13th day of November, year of our Lord 2025. It is Thursday. It is quite possibly the slowest week since 7 years ago. Not a whole lot going on, but we do have some gappers today that we're going to talk about. So excited to hit those. I think they're both lower priced gappers. So we got some low price movement, especially after LPTX, which is now CYPH today, changed tickers overnight. Maybe that playing into why I didn't really gap up big. But yesterday, that one was lower price stock that went into the ones and twos. And we got some lower price stuff moving this morning. So at the very least, we'll have a couple tickers to go over for you guys as we talk small caps here. And we'll go through a little bit about their dilution, why they're up, what news they have, a little bit about their share structure, as well as the daily charts. And if there's anything we see, any biases we already have on them. We'll answer a few questions from you guys if you have any. And we'll get on out of here. Huddie's going to join us here in a second. He was casually stuffing his face with bacon and did not want that to be on camera. So he's just there. Say hi, Huddie.
Hey, guys.
And
Great morning.
his face will be here in a second. So grab a coffee. There he
Can I
is.
grab a coffee?
There he is. Good morning.
Morning, Steve.
What are we doing out there? We got David, Mark, Jabril, Eric, Wayne, Euro Squared, Jabril again, the Texan Bear. Wayne, Jerry, good morning. A lot of repeat listeners. Love to see that from you guys. You guys know already. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button for us. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. We didn't mention it last night. I keep forgetting on Wine Wednesday, but I feel like more people show up to this anyway. So we will try to do a raffle next Wednesday for you guys for crossing 8,000 subscribers. But we need to make sure that you are following us, that you're subscribed here on YouTube with notifications on, and that you are following us on Instagram. And that is where we will post what you need to do to get involved in the raffle for next week. And then once I have that, I'll also remind you next week, Monday and Tuesday. Sorry, I went a little... I'm just doing things, Huddie. I know I didn't ask for permission to do anything I just said, but we're doing it. We're doing raffles. Right. People love the raffles, and we're going to do it.
Guys, the raffles, some of the best fun that we've ever had.
It's the only reason we're still here. We love the raffles.
We look forward.
But good morning. Trader Bill says, nice and bright sun, Huddie. Where are you located? So just give him your exact address.
I'm in New York. I'm in Manhattan.
Manhattan, the city that never sleeps, right?
I was sleeping last night. I got a 96 on my Aura last night. It was pretty epic.
I don't think I got that high of one because I ate dinner at like 9:30. It was a bone-in ribeye.
No, that elevates the heart rate and disturbs the sleep.
I'll tell you what, though. Slept like an angel. I really did. We were talking about going to a steakhouse last night. I told my wife, I'm like, what do you think in like January we all go to Arizona and just go to a steakhouse for 2 nights and then come home? She's like, that sounds fun. So
she's into it?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm like, dude, that's a good time to go to Arizona too. Like January, we'll get some golf in. Girls can do spa or something. And we won't do any content. We'll call it content, but we won't do any. And we'll golf and eat steak.
Sounds great.
It sounds like a weekend of fun.
Golf, steak, and faking doing content?
Yeah. Well, Kyle can do content while we golf.
Yeah.
Ooh, and eat steak. We need to get that on the books. All right. Good morning, everyone. Like I said, got a couple gappers today. We got all up in the 100+% area, 38-cent stock, 80-cent stock. And that's pretty much all. Everything else is below that 60, 70, 80% threshold. How have gappers been this week, Huddie? Has it primarily been smooth sailing? I don't know if you had any yesterday. So just got like 2 or 3 that have worked, and that's about it.
Yeah, I mean, there was one that started with a C yesterday, but it was like a low float. I never looked at it again.
So there was like a CMBM, but that wasn't recent. Then CCCT or CMCT or something.
I don't know. I've only taken one this week. I've made $2,000 on it, and I've only taken one that fits my criteria. That's why I've taken one. It's not that I've ignored other ones. There have been more gappers. I think MSRP or MSPR was one maybe this week, maybe it was last week, and like those are the only 2 I kind of remember. They faded.
It faded.
GLTO is the one I shorted on Monday. That one's kind of come back the preceding days.
GLTO is doing the what are you gonna do next type of thing.
Yeah, it's figuring its life out, trying to get its marbles together. But it did fade on the day it capped up. I think that's the one I made money on Monday, and like that's like really the only trade I've taken this week. And it's looking going to be like the same exact thing today. Like I don't like any of these gappers for a short. I'll watch the market for like 30 minutes and then like I'll be out of here.
I'll be out of here. Yeah, it's got sunny here. I think I'm gonna do some fall cleanup today. Get rid of some leaves. We'll see how that goes. There are some charts like that are around like a GLTO, but it's not like I know exactly what I want to do with them right now. But we need more runners. Can we get some more runners? Hopefully, a couple of these low price gappers that Huddie will not short will go much higher. I really love the stocks that go from cheap to $1-2. I feel like those end up being really solid first red days. Sometimes they top out and the dollars end up being breakouts. We just need runners. We need to get something going here in small caps. What's the overall market doing this morning? Slightly red, down 0.36%, which makes sense after a couple days of bounce. So not too surprising there. What do you say we get right into it? Awesome. Let's do it. 33 likes already. Congratulations, guys. You guys are the best. Get some questions going as well. If you have any other tickers you do have questions on, we'll get to them towards the end once we wrap up with these two gappers. And then we'll get on out of here. We'll head out of here. We do have a live webinar later tonight if you want to join it, kind of going through the next cycle that we see coming in small cap land and a little bit about Clover if you're new around here. So you can click the link in the live chat there. That'll be tonight at 7 p.m. Let's get into it. Biggest gapper of the day is TNMG. Okay, let's restart. TNL Mediagene, internet content and information company out of Japan. They have a 31 million float. They are registered in the Cayman Islands. What do they do? Digital media groups. 2 hours ago, they launched a partnership with U.S. Fortune 150 company Coupang to expand content, commerce, and retail media ecosystem. Okay. Sounds exciting. Not the type of news I don't think that people are like dying to see or whatever.
I hear that it's a crypto treasury play.
So I was going to say I was hoping it was that instead, but
It is not.
It isn't?
It is.
Is you sure we're talking about the exact same one and it's not the other gapper?
TNMG?
Okay. There's other news somewhere else. How can the news... Can I miss that? Is it in this PR or...
No, I'm getting it from Ask Edgar. I trust them.
Let's see if I read into it more. Is like that... Where's it getting that? Is it coming from like social media or like the website? Like, I don't see anything in here.
I'm checking too. I don't really see it either. Annual general meeting and key proposals. PNL Medellin. What is that? Mediagene announces digital asset treasury strategy on September 18th.
Oh, so it's old.
It's already been known.
Okay. I don't even see that. Oh wait, that's because it's before. You said September?
September 18th.
Yeah, there you go. I also see it. Yeah, okay. I actually did a quick scroll down right when we started just to see it. I was like, oh, no, it's not that. So oldie one with new news, low price, 30 mil float, 4.9 months of cash left. What do you see dilutionally here? Nothing?
I'm still reading the PR. Dilutionally?
Mm-hmm.
What? They got a pipe with convertible notes at 50 cents. There's only 600,000 of those though. Oh, there's $300,000 of that. Okay, so there's some dilution in the 50, 62, 70 cent range. It's not a lot.
What does your daily chart look like for this? Because I don't have one.
It looks like It's had a number of spikes lately that have failed at all random prices. Today is going to be the highest volume day traded relative. I mean, it's already the highest volume day traded relative to any of those previous spikes. So I kind of imagine that the levels created today are going to matter the most. But it looks like it's had a hard time getting over $1 in the past 2 years.
Okay.
Super top left to bottom right downtrending chart was once $34, is now 72 cents.
Now it's less.
Now it's a lot less.
Okay. Got a cheapie, 35 cents up towards the 90-cent area so far. Pretty much a nice slow and steady grind throughout the morning so far. And just kind of in the midst of our biggest pullback of the day right now, back down towards 70 cents. Like I said, I won't have a daily chart for myself until I go downstairs. But from what Huddie's saying, seems like a turd. It's a low price company. I don't know. Did they even go through with the digital asset stuff, or are we moving on and moving into our digital, whatever they said, content, commerce, and retail media ecosystem? Seems like they're just kind of pumping out news pretty consistently. And it's all across different things with different buzzwords: AI, media expanding, keynote speakers. I don't see anything too special here. It feels more sympathetic to, what was the one yesterday? LPTX. More sympathetic, low price stock running into the morning. Really wouldn't be surprised here to see at least some morning momentum, but I'm not all that interested in a short on it. Don't love buying stocks up 130% right out of the gate. You guys know that about me. This is just one where I would think, being Thursday into the end of the week, I'm just kind of like silently on the sidelines rooting for it. I want to see some gappers run. I want to see a little bit of momentum in the markets. I want to see some stuff gap up. So if you're a short seller on this stuff, I'm not rooting against you. I'm just rooting for the stock, if that makes sense. But I'm not really going to be doing anything with the gappers this morning, being low priced up a lot, because I don't see much for me to do on them. But I do like that we're getting some momentum. And my favorite type of momentum, Huddy, and I'll tell you this, is low price momentum. Okay? Write that down.
Yeah, it's a different type of chart than LPTX. If we're looking at daily, like LPTX, there was a breakout level over 98 cents yesterday. Like technically, that was a chart pattern. So it wasn't just like a day one runner. It was also technically a breakout for those people that look for those. Whereas like CYPH, it doesn't really have that nuance. I don't see this chart, or not CYPH.
I'm like, wait, aren't those the same?
Yeah, TNMG. I don't see this chart as a breakout chart necessarily. I see this as just like a day one with like some levels overhead, but nothing that's all that serious. And like it needs to set up in order to be a breakout, is what I'm saying. So it's very rare that I'll ever play a day one, but like if it fits another chart pattern, then it becomes something of interest. I don't really see that on TNMG.
Yeah, and I kind of feel like LPTX or whatever CYPH sound yesterday, by genetic makeup, it's like a day one gapper, but then becomes a breakout, which is like a little bit different. I do think it's a different type of pattern, the way you should trade it versus like a multi-day breakout. And it's kind of like how, multi-day breakouts are like cats. And then you have like tigers, but like when you look at it, it's like that's a tiger, but it's also a cat. You know what I'm saying, Huddy?
No, but
you get it.
I
nod and smile.
I try to trade as few breakouts as possible. I have myself pretty limited just because they're like annoying for me to be in. But like if it's one of those situations where if you just shut your eyes and bought 98 and sold at the end of the day, you would have been very happy.
I love when you say that, but because you preface that by saying I don't trade a lot of breakouts. If you did look at them all, you wouldn't feel as confident about that next statement that you made. You just happen to look at the ones that ran after that and you go.
Yeah, well, I only like to trade the ones that I have data on. I don't know how to get data on this type of breakout.
That would be tough. That's why
I just know that it's a breakout.
That's why I kind of feel like it is more of a day one gapper, because that's what started it, and then it became. It's not
barely even gapped up. It gapped up like 30%.
Whatever it was not a part of the initial run that's high got set at. I don't think.
I see.
Next biggest gapper that we're talking about this morning. Have we seen this one before? NVVE? I think we have.
Many times.
Many a moons. Let's go over to Nuvei Holdings, specialty retail, 20 million float. They are a green energy technology company developing and commercializing vehicle-to-grid technology in North America, Europe, and Japan. A couple of Japanese stocks this morning. And the news is that Nuv Japan secures Japan's first aggregation agreement for existing stationary storage batteries. Okay, so batteries, which is not like super hot these days, is it?
It's not bad. It's not great.
A couple months ago, they announced Hype token purchase as part of its blockchain strategy. So they were talking about crypto stuff as well in their past. Now it's the freaking first half of this year. It was like, can the news be correlative to crypto treasury stuff? Now it's what we don't care about the news you have right now. If we go back on your news, can we find crypto treasury? They got that here. But they're also doing battery energy storage projects. Basically no cash, 1.8 months of cash left. Overall risk is high, but I see offering ability is low. What do you have to say about that?
Hang on. They have earnings after close today.
Really?
That's what I'm reading.
It's important information. That's something you see every day on.
This might be a crypto treasury play as well. This spiked back when crypto treasury plays were hot.
Mm-hmm.
So one from an old time. As far as dilution goes, I don't see anything that's in the money.
Okay. Yeah, I have it as offering ability is low. Taking a look at this daily chart. Where's the initial news on that? Yeah, that was at 5.9. So that's where this run is from back here, is when their hype coin or digital asset strategy started. Really nice response to that. Ran from the dollar area all the way to the threes. Really nice move over basically 1.5 days there. Since then has been a turd in the sunshine, just kind of fading. We have a giant sell-off day the other day to start November, 11.5, where it just kind of gapped up a little bit to 33 cents and
went red.
Basically closed at the last print as the low of day. Even went a little bit lower on the gap down the next day. Was there a reason for that, or was it just straight up?
It closed almost at the lowest print of the chart's lifetime.
Was that just selling, whether it be
You never know. You have this gap up from May 9th where it traded 263 million shares. And I'm looking at the chart right now. It held its gains all day, and then in the after hours just got wrecked. And then it's been bounceless ever since, pretty much. Down to 30 cents now. So maybe someone stuck from back there. I can't pinpoint any dilution, so that's where my brain goes. But there's just a lot of overhead resistance maybe on this chart and willing sellers into any bounce. That got bamboozled last time it spiked to 3. And that's what happens. You get involved in May, you're like, oh, this is groundbreaking technology. They're whatever, they're treasury play, whatever they were. It doesn't matter. It's the same thing that happens over and over. It's human psychology. So someone, someone gets in, or a bunch of people get involved, and they're sitting pretty at 3.5 at the end of the close, and then the next day it gaps down, they hold, and the next day it gaps down, they hold, and then it spikes back, they get hope, and then it goes back down and they hold, and then it goes way lower than they ever expect, and they're still holding. That's kind of what a lot of average, people who don't have a lot of risk management or strategy recognition traders do. And so then when stocks come off their lows and get back into prices after they've been holding them for 9 months, the bag holders want to get out, which is why generally we prefer charts that have not a whole lot of overhead resistance, or are breaking over a significant resistance level, showing us that the demand is overwhelming any type of bag holders that there may be, kind of like LPTX yesterday. Or this one, I wouldn't want to touch this one. This doesn't look promising.
We're always on the exact same page.
Are we?
No. I couldn't be less concerned about resistance at $3 when we're at 30 cents a share. The base of that area before it kind of cracked over the past few months is like 85 cents to $1. Anytime we have a day one mover and it kind of is around a resistance point like we have from the other day, that's not like my favorite type of setup anyway, and I don't trade all of them by any means. I think this is interesting, but I don't know if it's the right market for this. With what happened on that day, like I'm still trying to find, like, because I see it too as like an afternoon type of dump and how bad it got on such big volume. But we also have seen, where it's kind of like the pump is met with a dump to trap for the next pump type of thing. When we see it on charts like this that get like ugly and then all of a sudden they're back at those levels, especially on cheapies. I can't see the daily chart for the other one, but this one looks more like a pattern to me. Like I would call it a breakout over 33 if this opens 32 to 35 and then has a strong day to day. But it is up a lot already at these levels, up from the 15-cent area. Right now would be opening above that level near 40 cents. And I think at least with, what was the one yesterday? LPA, you can't see it. I won't be able to see daily, will I? Oh, can I? That one was only up. That was still up over 100% at the breakout level. So sometimes they go 500, 600, 700%. But those are your two biggest gappers today. Both cheapies. I think both still cheapies, right? The other one didn't go higher, did it? Oh, TNMG came down a little bit. Those are the biggest gappers of the day that I see. Let's see if we have any questions, and we'll get on out of here. Huddie, what does Huddie think of Zohan?
Like the barber?
I don't know. It's actually Zohran. Oh, is that the new governor?
Mami
Or
Dami?
mayor or what?
God, I don't really want to get political online. I'm scared of that.
So wouldn't have asked it if I thought it was Zohan and we were going to talk about Adam Sandler.
I like Adam Sandler.
Euro says, Huddy, are you shorting sub $1 stocks? I would say yes and no, not as gappers primarily, but you will short them if there was a setup.
Yeah, I've shorted a lot of sub $1 stocks, and yeah, if it's a first red day, I'm not shy at all, especially if that's a lot of volume. On the gapping craps, it's a little murky because there's just not been a long period of time that the sub dollars have been gapping up. Like it's good, it's decent. There's been like 5 years of it, but it's not nearly as robust of a strategy as like anything that's gapped up $1 plus. There's been a ton more, right? So I can kind of rely on the data more, and I kind of put the sub $1 tickers in that same basket as like sub 1 mil floats. It's like, can I make money? Yes, but is it like extra work for not a lot of like bottom line improvement? Maybe, right? So I'm kind of in the boat of like just trade less and have less stress and just kind of live my life and just focus on the ones that are the best of the best and let that play out instead of like trying to add like 3% at any moment that I can to the bottom line. So I have traded a lot of sub $1 stocks. I tend just to not do it because, again, I just don't think it's necessary. But I mean, a ton of them will fade, and like that's where you actually get the best offerings. Like from what I've seen, a lot of offerings come from like the sub $1. But then you also have like a much easier for a 40-cent stock to spike 12 cents than a $1.40 stock to spike whatever, a bunch.
The equal of that.
Yeah.
Don't you hate when you're talking in front of a crowd and you bring up math and then all of a sudden you have to do the math or else you can't finish your point and you're like, then your brain shuts off and the calculator part turns off.
I think it's 56 cents.
See how I did there? Gave you a couple extra seconds to do that.
I had to do it.
All right. Let me see here. Someone asked, do you like to move? Do I like move for a first green day? MOVE? No. Being very particular with what I trade on these. What is this? Green day, red day yesterday. But if I look at like a multi-day chart, this did bounce yesterday. It went from like 12 to 17 off of its base, off its lows, even the way that some was green, some was red. And it technically yesterday was the first red day. It's not what the first red day should look like. No, thanks. I'm trying to avoid as many reversals that aren't cute and perfect as possible. And it already has kind of bounced, in my opinion. And back in the day before I traded reversals and I had first green days, if they bounce at all like that, I would say no. You're not allowed. I'm not going to play you. Caleb says, do you ever wake up and just reel, you know what, today's isn't it? I won't trade today. Yes.
But like, no. If my pattern is there, like this is my job. I don't just get to like, not show up at 9:30. I'm here every day. I go Morning Nasdaq that I can be, right? And if there's a trade that fits my system, like it just depends on how you trade, right? Like you're supposed to be systematic and process oriented, right? If you're here for like the first hour and a half and a pattern shows up that like fits criteria, like why would I not trade that? In my mind, like that's how I'm going to make my living. That's how I'm going to make money. That's how I'm going to progress in life. Like what excuse can I possibly have? Unless I like got wasted on a weeknight, stayed up till 4 a.m. railing, you know what, and then like had 2 hours of sleep. Okay, I'm probably missing market open, and I don't do that because that you're gonna mess up no matter what. But for the most part, like if a setup is there and it fits my criteria, like I want to partake. What if it's the best one of the month? Like I can't miss that. That's gonna significantly hurt my equity curve. I don't like that. That's my life. I don't know. Like the best traders, I don't think take a lot of days off. They're here every day looking for opportunity. And when there's no opportunity, it's like great. Like I'm gonna leave today in the first 30 minutes. It's not because I don't feel good. It's not because I don't want to trade. It's not because I don't want to trade the market. It's just that my pattern's not here. So I'm gonna take this day as like it's like a discipline thing, right? Like I don't get to choose, but sometimes I have days off by forced days off, and like be grateful for those, right? To take those days off. Don't take the days off that you just don't feel good when there's a good setup in front of you.
Yeah, I kind of read it as the second part of that, which is almost more annoying, getting taken off when you're actually ready to go. But yeah, I mean, I guess if it's truly going to hurt your performance, you definitely should. If you're like, I'm in grief right now, or something horrible happened, or I don't feel good at all and I'm really sick and I can't think straight and I can't even do simple mental math. Like if it's going to cost you more money than, or if you're just going to like open a position, then go take a nap because you feel like crap and you're going to forget, like you are your own boss. It's weird because like most people can't just skip out on work if they feel bad. But if you, as the president CEO, say, yo, you as the employee should not come in today, you look horrible, maybe you should listen to the CEO in that case.
Yeah, to further illustrate my point, when BYND had its gap up on 10/22, my birthday's 10/21. So I'm at a birthday dinner with mom was there, dad was there, 15 friends. Everyone wants to go out after dinner. Huh?
Tiger shrimp.
Everyone wants to go out after dinner and like grab drinks. It was like 9:00. And I said, no, guys, like I got to go home. Like I got a big trade tomorrow. I know it. Like I don't care that it's my birthday, right? Like that doesn't mean anything to me. It's a Tuesday. It's a work day. Like it's a school night. I got to go and I got to put on a lot of money of risk and I don't want to be hungover. And I have to make that decision because I want to better my life. And if, you got to make those decisions wherever you can, but there's not a lot of reasons that I'm going to take a day off. I mean, obviously if I'm mourning the death of a loved one, like that's completely different. But for the most part, like make your decisions in life and live in the bed that you sowed.
Yeah, if you think about it, there are plenty of days that you get off that you should have off, like slow days. Like there should be at least one or two, probably in the last week for most people, I think, who trade small caps. Those will come naturally. You don't have to go looking for days off. We don't take most days off unless we're forced to. Like today might be a day. We'll see. All right.
The past 3 days have been days off.
Yeah, I've still been here. That's always the thing. It's just like that's when we also have planned time off where we choose not to come. All right, everybody. Like I said, if you want, link in the description or in the live chat there for our live webinar tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern. Besides that, we'll be live again tomorrow. Might be alone. Might have Kyle. We'll see. Huddie is flying. But for all you Clovers, you have a webinar. Do you have a webinar today or tomorrow?
Today.
I think it's today with Kyle. So looking forward to that. I am going to do a video lesson here this morning as long as there's no trades. So be on the lookout for that and have a wonderful Thursday. We'll see you tomorrow morning. We'll see some of you tonight and have a great day. Put a smile on, know that good things are coming. And whatever comes at you today, just realize It's a beautiful world.